I mean, The Man from Snowy River is, every child knows the poem, everyone's seen the film, and I mean, the story is about these wild horses. You know, it's a part of our folklore, and I mean, imagine a world without wild horses.
The state government pleaded guilty on a charge arising from the mass slaughter of wild horses, but the charge was later dismissed.
Keith Muir from the Colong Wilderness Foundation. They've lobbied hard to get the Brumbies out of the park once and for all.
Shooting the horses, so that's the only way to control the horses.
This was the result of the National Parks and Wildlife Service cull in Guy Fawkes National Park back in November 2000. The aerial shoot was so inaccurate, several horses lay injured for days.
Images that remain etched in the minds of animal welfare activists. The carcasses of Brumbies cut down by marksmen on orders from the National Parks and Wildlife Service. The killing sparked public outrage, the RSPCA launching court action alleging the animals had suffered needlessly.
There's certainly no excuse for what they did. It was wholesale slaughter, and it destroyed for all time the reputation of the National Parks and Wildlife Service as responsible managers of national parks.
The Wildlife Service insisted the aerial cull was on the whole humane and extremely successful, conducted by highly trained marksmen.
It was a damn mess. It was a disgrace to call yourself an Australian for what I seen.
Shooting the horses, so that's the only way to control the horses.
The RSPCA has begun legal action against the National Parks and Wildlife Service over the now infamous wild horse cull near Coffs Harbour. The RSPCA alleges there were various acts of cruelty and aggravated cruelty on a total of 226 horses found within Guy Fawkes National Park.
It says it has evidence to support allegations of aggravated cruelty upon 225 animals.
We believe it was a cruel operation, that's why we took it before the courts.
Its decision to prosecute came late yesterday, just after an independent review concluded that the horses had been killed humanely.
Yesterday, an independent review found they had been, just as National Parks had predicted.
I'm absolutely confident that the professionalism and the commitment and the intention of the staff of the service will be shown to be fact when the independent reviews are finalised.
The controversy, however, is far from over. The government's decision defying recommendations contained in an independent report it commissioned. The shooting was carried out in a humane way. To lose this valuable tool would be a setback to the control of pest animals in Australia.
We don't live in an ideal world. Many of these horses are in national parks which have functions that are contrary to the interests of those horses, and so the horses have to go.
Meanwhile, locals who found the horses, including one shot dead while giving birth, have rejected the report's assertions they died humanely.
It was a damn mess. It was a disgrace to call yourself an Australian for what I seen.
The defence today preferred to describe it as an admirable shooting, saying it was a freak accident. The mare didn't die. She'd suffered 2 direct hits and was seen to collapse to the ground. They agreed she suffered terribly, but stressed vets were at a loss to explain how she survived.
What we're acknowledging is that aerial culling of horses is unacceptable to a significant portion of the community, and we respect that, and therefore it won't be used. We've learned a lot from this exercise. We now do things differently.
Had it not been for Ebor grazier Greg Everingham, the National Park's horse cull would never have become public. Almost 2 years on, he still can't forget what he saw.
Horses shot in the stomach, legs, shot through the mouth with their teeth blown out. Some aerial shots had been made from directly above trying to finish the horse off, and it was only around the nose and through the mouth that the horse had been shot.
Today's plea bargain meant what Greg saw and photographed wouldn't be heard in court or considered in a judgment.
And in my opinion, they have dodged the issue by doing what they've done in Sydney. It's just typical of them, like they think they're above the law.
Today, National Parks pleaded guilty to 1 count of animal cruelty, conceding 4 horses had suffered, one found still alive up to 10 days after being shot. That poor creature suffered far more than was necessary.
And we fought it to the nth degree. That was our primary purpose. That we understand there's a need to cull certain species of animals, but it's imperative that that's done humanely. A horse that was found alive some 2 weeks after the original cull, and I can't tell you enough the suffering and the torment that animal must have gone through.
The charge of animal cruelty against the New South Wales government may have been dismissed today, but its impact still being felt.
To this day, those behind the operation maintain it was a well-executed success using the most humane method. But it won't be happening again, the state government banning aerial culling in national parks in response to the public backlash.
I have listened to the community on this issue. I have permanently banned all aerial culling of feral horses in all national parks in this state permanently.
Away with murder equal to some of the stuff that was done in probably East Timor, only these are horses. And in my opinion, they should have been damn well put in court and damn well made to pay the price.
I hope that ICAC look at it very hard and come up with the same conclusions as me, that a cover-up has been perpetrated.
And he says landholders won't exonerate national parks quite as easily as the courts have.
Because the farmers are at the mercy of the RSPCA and every environmental law under the sun. Yet it appears that the government department, who has obviously breached dozens of laws, have walked away from this scot-free.